Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Fizzy Pro here, back at it again with another Yu-Gi-Oh commentary for you guys. And today we're going to be doing a video, another episode in the series of Make Yugioh Great Again. And in today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at Gustos. Now, Gustos never were good. There's a few problems with the archetype, which I'll kind of go into when we get into this profile. But the way I've kind of figured to make Gustos great again, not that they ever were, but like I said, as you know, this series can be done with basically, the way this series works is that it can be done with any archetype in the past. They may not have been good, they may not have been rogue, but we're just trying to make them competitive for today's metagame. So in any case, let's take a look here at what I've done here. What I've done is I basically just mixed in a Windwitch engine. As long as a Speedroid engine as well, but Speedroid is pretty typical for Gustos. If you're running Gustos, you're probably running the Speedroid engine as well. But, yeah, so let's get into this. I'm going to quickly just go over all the card choices. So, like, if you're just here for the deck list, you can get that. And then there's a few hits I want to go over about the deck, you know, kind of explaining. And, like, the ratios and stuff. And then there's a few replays I want to show you guys that are pretty sick. Alright, so to start off, we have 3 Windwitch Ice Bell, 2 Windwitch Glass Bell, 2 Windwitch Snow Bell, 2 Winda Priestess of Gusto, 2 Gusto Eagle, 2 Gusto Goldo, 3 Pyrrhica Lineage of Gusto, 3 Speedroid Terratop, 1 Speedroid Red-Eyed Dice, 1 Speedroid Takatomborg, 1 Emergency Teleport, 1 Soul Charge, 1 Mind Control, 1 Raigeki, 3 Quillpen of Gildos, 1 Upstart Goblin, 1 Bottomless, 2 Heavy Dust Storm, 3-Dimensional Barrier, 3 Solemn Strike, 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Torrential for the extra deck, 1 Totem Bird, 1 Acid Golem of Destruction, 1 Super Quantal, Zen Mains, 2 Clearwing, 2 Clearwing Fast Dragon, 2 Crystal Wing, Daigustos Freeze, Brionic, High Speed Roy's Chanabar Rider, Old Entity Hastor, and Tatsunoko. Alright, so let's go over this real quick. Few really quick hits. These 2 Heavy Dust Storm. If you're playing in real life or you want to play competitive in Dev Pro and you can only use TCG cards, I would suggest using Twin Twister or something of the like, or any traps really. Honestly, these traps are just whatever obstructive traps you want, because it's just a back row heavy deck. That's the way I made it. As far as the Speedroid engine goes, that's very standard for Gusto decks. However, I think 2 Takatomborg would also work if you're not really looking down with the Red-Eyed Dice, because the thing about Takatomborg is that if you control a wind monster, you can special summon this card. So that means if you have any of the Gusto monsters out, or even one of the Wind Witches, you could special summon it and extend your plays. I added the Red-Eyed Dice because I personally like the synchro capabilities that it adds, you know, when I've just got a Speedroid Terratop in hand. But, you know, that's an instant Clearwing, and not only Clearwing Synchro Dragon, but also Clearwing Fast Dragon, which is just the better version, in my opinion, than Clearwing Synchro. And then, as far as the Windwitch ratios go, now, the standard, you know, if you're playing Windwitch Invoked or whatever, the standard build is 3 Windwitch Ice Build, 2 Glass Bell, and then 1 Snow Bell. But I opted for 2 Snow Bell here because the entire deck is wind. You're going to be able to pop this out pretty much all the time. It just helps your synchro plays. As far as the Gusto lineups, now, the thing with Gustos is they're very passive. Their effects mostly rely on getting destroyed by battle or just being removed from the field, but mostly destroyed by battle. Like, Winda is destroyed by battle, so you can special summon a Gusto Tuner. This one's destroyed by battle, you can special summon a non-tuner. This one, if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 level 2 or lower Gusto monster from the deck, so that's a little more proactive. But see, the problem here is that these cards are very passive, and that's why the Windwitch engine works, because you don't use your normal summon on this, and you've got a Crystal Wing, and you can still set one of your Gustos for a next turn play. Now, the link between the 2 decks, in my opinion, is Pyrrhica, because you can do this whole thing turn 1. In fact, in some of the replays I'll show this. You can go do your whole Ice Bell Crystal Wing thing, and then you summon Pyrrhica, and then you can special summon Glass Bell from the graveyard, and you've got a Clearwing or a Clearwing Fast Dragon, whichever one you want. Or you could even summon Snow Bell and potentially get yourself a Old Entity Hastor, which I'm not really sure why you would want to do, but that option is always there. Now, this stuff's pretty standard. E-Tele, you can tutor out Winda and stuff. Soul Charge is busted in this deck, especially because when you go Clear Wing into Crystal Wing, if you Soul Charge, then you'll have a Crystal Wing and a Clear Wing on the field for the cost of 1,000 life points and no battle phase. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Quill Pen of Gildos. Now, this card is sick in this deck because not only does it help you, you can recycle your engines. You know, Wind Witches, once you do the combo like once, I have the ratios to do it more than once, but chances are with your opening hand, you're just gonna open up with, you know, a Snowbell already in hand, so you're not going to be able to pull off the combo more than once most of the time. But this card allows you to recycle that engine, as well as the Terratop engine, so you can put your Takajamborgs back in deck, so those other these other Terratops are not dead. So, and it also lets you shuffle a card into the deck. It's an out to so many cards. Obviously, it targets, you know, you can't out Cosmos, but stuff like Masterpiece, if they have attributed spells, stuff like Trident, Crystal Wing, you can out Crystal Wing with this. It's just a great out to cards, aside from the fact that it also recycles your engine, so that's pretty sick. And it's very back row heavy, just because, you know, if you end up with like a Crystal Wing and a Clear Wing and like Solemn set, like that's kind of, and a Dimensional Barrier set, I mean, that's just kind of ridiculous. Like, this deck is just unfair going first. Alright guys, so here I've got one replay. I'm just going to kind of commentate over this one and explain. But there's also going to be some other replays I'm not really going to commentate over. I'm just going to put them over so you guys can watch them. But for this replay here, you'll notice I actually don't open up that good. I just open up the Glass Bell. I add the Ice Bell to hand for the next turn. I've got the Solemn and Dimensional Barrier. That's pretty obstructive. And the Raigeki and Soul Charge in hand. Now, this guy goes for a Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, which is kind of annoying because he's going to be able to Kaiju my Crystal Wing later. So that's something I got to watch out for because he can banish the Kaiju Slumber and add a Gamma Seal. Alright, so here's where thing gets interesting because I don't have any monsters, and you'll notice I have Ice Bell, but the cool thing is I draw this card, Pirika. So, basically, what is you're about to witness is I'm about to go motherfucking off here. So we go for the whole Wind Witch thing, and also, can I just say, like, a Crystal Wing that cannot be destroyed by card effects, like, that's basically Kaiju or bust. Anyway, so we go Pirika, we get a Clear Wing Fast Wing Dragon, then we Soul Charge back the Clear Wing that we had made the Crystal Wing out of, and then we make another Clear Wing Fast Dragon. So yeah, that's that replay. I mean, I could have just outright won right there, but I thought I would play it out just for the replay. I mean, look at this field, guys. This is ridiculous. Like, this is the absolute nuts. So yeah, that's been just my profile of this deck. Make Yugioh Great Again and all that good stuff. So I will show some replays here, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. I will see you guys next time.
You every single day, from the moment we first met to this moment today. You really amazed. Whatever I felt I could never explain. I felt so fast you were different names. It's stuck in my brain, the feelings remain. I remember waking up next to you like every day and thinking that what we had was actually here to stay. But now I realize that I was only really played. You wanted your ecstasy and us was just a fake display. It's breaking me down, reminded of you by all that's around. These songs and roads, I'm losing my ground. I wish I could get up and out of this town. Now do I sound crazy at heart? Because I'd rather go back to the start. Although I know it's not so smart. I'm so sick of watching us falling apart. We battled and cried, I kept it inside. All that you said was probably a lie. I think it's time we break these ties and move along with our own lives. It's hard to make someone feel love. Ollie, just open your eyes. And I don't want to be just friends. I guess this means goodbye. Days and weeks would history till one night I got your text and all it said is that you miss me. Honestly, I cried, those feelings cut me deep inside. I tried to give the world to you, but the world to you was other guys. All that you loved was getting impaired and finding some dude to mess up your hair. So how could you care? You never were there, you never did care. So fuck all your lies, that's right, fuck all your lies. You just a wasting my time in disguise. I'm seeing the truth as I look in your eyes. You drag me along and there's nothing inside. But still I'm here, these memories bringing me near. I picture us together, but it's only bringing me tears. I thought that you loved me.